Hi, I'm Adair, CEO and founder of Transcend Translation. We help organizations to translate their content and materials into different languages, allowing them to be global and sound local. A major issue in the world today is language barriers. Not everybody speaks the same language, and if we did, life would be a lot easier. But language barriers impede organizations from proper communication and growth. Let me give you two examples. Let's say you have your native language is English, and you're trying to communicate and talk to someone where their native language is Chinese, but they do speak some English. Ultimately, your company, you're presenting all your materials and information in English, and you realize that they're not fully understanding your capabilities and your services, and they decide to go with a different company. The other company they go with ends up being an inferior product and service, but they do have it in their Chinese native language. Another example is when you have a team member or employee that is from a different country. Let's say Mexico. Usually their English is pretty good, but from time to time they misunderstand something, which causes major headaches and loss of production. This causes frustration for them and for you, but it wouldn't happen if it was in their native language of Spanish. These two situations, one causes a loss of sales and revenue, and in the other will produce a low retention of employees due to their frustration and heartache. The solution is to break down language barriers by using a language translation and interpretation partner like Transcend Translation. We provide language translation, localization, voiceover, subtitling, interpretation, and dubbing in over 140 different languages. With our expertise, we provide different options to reach your desired outcome. With our experience and background helping small and major companies, we can help you excel in the global marketplace. We utilize the latest and most innovative technology to lower cost and lower translation time. A little bit of background on myself and the timeline of our company. In the early 90s, I lived in Japan, then later in my life lived in Argentina and still speak Spanish fluently to this day. I had the opportunity to serve in the military as an officer in 2 deployments to Iraq. This is actually a picture of myself and a local Mukhtar and my interpreter. It was there that I realized how critical proper translation and interpretation mean. I saw where it helped out our organization to move things so seamlessly and smooth. And on the other side, I saw where literally life and death was on the line when bad translation and interpretation happened. When I transitioned from the military, I joined a company called In What Language and became a leader there and part owner of the company. We saw rapid growth, and I was able to help many different companies, 2 of which, one was Indeed, which was one of the largest job search companies, helping them translate into over 95 different languages. And ESPN was able to help them translate their news information in over 2 different languages worldwide very rapidly. In 2019, I successfully exited from In What Language and then started doing consulting work for other language translation companies until I decided to launch Transcend Translation. Part of this growth was some help from the Rosie Network and Service to CEO program as well too, which has helped us to have rapid growth. Our competitive advantage is this. There's 3 major competitors. One, the big translation companies. They're very expensive and they usually limit you to their proprietary technology. They know once you're in there, you won't leave. It'll be too much of a headache and it'll be too hard. And if you're not a Fortune 500 company, typically you're going to see poor customer service. The next is mid to small translation companies. Their cost is a little bit lower, but they're more focused on the translation, not so much on your outcome and what your objectives are and what you're trying to achieve. And your customer service can be hit and miss. The next is machine translation, or sometimes people just call it Google Translate, which the technology is getting better, but it's still questionable. And there's almost little to no support. Our team is made up of myself as the CEO, our senior project manager, Amanda, who has been in the translation industry for years and is arguably the best project manager, Blendrick, who is our marketing guru, and our thousands of translators and interpreters across the globe. We also receive mentorship from Leilani Craig, who's CEO of ComGap and president of Women in Localization, as well as other groups that help we receive mentorship from. Our ask is this: introductions to people and organizations that need help as they communicate and scale in different languages. And also, strategic partners that have clients that request for translation services but don't know who to turn to or who to help them with. We appreciate your time, and remember, be global and to sound local.